Well, Ferrari is raising the hood on a new EV factory in Italy as it gets closer to unveiling its first all-electric supercar later next year. For more on the road ahead, I am thrilled to say we're joined now by Benedetto Vigna. He is the CEO of Ferrari. It's great to have you with me. How should we be thinking about this new factory? Is this the new crown jewel in your portfolio?
It's a new crown jewel factory for sure, but it's a factory that has a good name. The name is E-Building. The E in front of it stays for three things. It means energy, it means evolution, it means environment. Because this is a factory where we'll make new strategic component with for electric cars. We will make all the cars that we intend to make for the future, and then we will do everything in full respect of the environment. That's the name of this factory, E-Building.
E-Building, I'm going to write that down. And let's talk about what the goal of E-Building is, because you shipped just under 14,000 vehicles last year. Is the goal of this new factory to increase your annual output?
Now, the goal of this factory is to increase the capability of what we are doing here. We want to provide to our designers, to our engineers, something that allows them to continue to make unique Ferrari on one side, and when we want to provide our client the freedom to select the propulsion scheme they want. If they want an ICE, if they want an hybrid, if they want an electric car, well, they can have the choice to select which car they want. We are strong believer of the technology neutrality when it comes to cars for our segment.
All right, appreciate that clarity there, that it's not about just increasing the numbers. But that being said, how many cars could be produced at this new E-Building?
Look, this is about capability, it's about ability to personalize more and more the cars. It's not meant to increase the capacity, it's meant to increase the ability to develop unique product. It's meant to increase the possibility to personalize more the cars and offer the client what they select. It's not meant for increasing capacity.
All right.
We want always to push for value, not for volume. This is important for our company.
Quality, value, not quantity. I'll move on, I promise. Let's talk, of course, about the all-electric Ferrari. It's coming, of course, in the fourth quarter of next year. When might you actually start production of that new vehicle at that plant that you're standing in?
We unveil Q4 25, and after that, in 26, we will start to see electric car in this factory. For the time being, we have several prototypes on the road. They did several thousand kilometers, and everything is going as planned.
Everything is going as planned. Well, I do want to talk a little bit about pricing here, because there was a Reuters report in the past couple days reporting that this new EV will cost at least 500,000 euro. Is that accurate? How should we be thinking about pricing here?
But look, usually we define the price of our car 1 month before we unveil them. So this is something anyone can speculate. This is a speculation. I think that you have to wait a little bit to know which is going to be the price for our first electric car.
Is there any sort of range that we should be keeping in mind, of course, as we await for the official price?
You know, we don't like to talk too much about these things. We need to talk about, we want to make unique cars that are unique for our client, that are delivering unique emotion. So let's wait for that, and then we'll talk about the price.
Okay, as long as you come back to talk about it, I'll take you up on that. But let's talk a little bit about hybrids versus ICE versus, of course, all EVs. You told Bloomberg TV last month that 60% of the cars that you sold in the first quarter were hybrids, which was definitely interesting to hear. Do you see in the future, looking out 5-10 years or so, do you see all-electric demand outpacing hybrid or even ICE demands?
Look, what I believe, it's our duty. Our duty is to be able to provide our client the motorization they want. If they want ICE, if they want hybrid, if they want electric, we have to be ready for that. So for us, for me, I think it's fair to tell you which is the split of the model we will offer to our client. Forecasting what is the sales is difficult. If you want my point of view, it's clear that the three kind of colors, the three kind of car will stay together for a while. And then we'll have different kind of client. We'll have client that will stick to the thermal cars. We'll have client that will take also the electric cars. And then we will have a client that will become Ferraristi, client of Ferrari, because they buy the electric car.
Well,
we will have different kind of clients.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, because I think that's really interesting. With this EV that you're putting out, this all-electric supercar, do you see that as appealing to the existing Ferrari customer base, or do you see actually potentially pulling in new clients who maybe aren't in Ferrari currently?
Look, I keep discussing with many clients. As I told you, there are clients that like the petrol, the engine, the thermal engine, and then they will stick to that. They tell me, Benedetto, I will not buy an electric car, as well as there are existing clients that are telling, Benedetto, when can I buy it? Because I want to use also the electric car. And then there are clients telling, Benedetto, I cannot become your client till you have an electric car. So really, we have all the spectrum of different clients depending on the relation they have. So it's a little bit, it's interesting, let's say. We'll see how it's changed. For this reason, flexibility is important, and this building here is giving us the flexibility that we are asking for.
All right, yeah, it'll definitely be fascinating to follow that. And I do want to talk about some recent news this week outside of just Ferrari's business, and that is a series of cyber attacks at CDK Global's dealer management system. Has that affected any of your U.S. stores at all?
Zero impact for us. Some of the dealers that we are having have been touched by this, but no impact for us.
All right, no impact.
We are monitoring carefully the solution, but no impact for us. Some dealers are working on it, but for us there is no impact.
All right, Benedetto, can't say how much I enjoyed this conversation. Hope to have you back soon. Of course, when we do have those pricing details, we'll definitely be in touch. Our thanks, of course, to Benedetto Vigna.
Waiting for you here, Katie.
I'll have to come to Italy for that one. That sounds like a good trade-off. Until then, really appreciate your time. That, of course, is the CEO of Ferrari.